The following is my response to the claim of many anti-Israel activists that they don't hate Jews, they just hate Zionists. I don't hate Jews. I just hate Jews who arrived to Israel as refugees fleeing persecution from Muslims and Nazis in the 20th century. I don't hate Jews, but I wish death upon any Jew who dares to set foot in their homeland, the land of Israel. And if I don't actively seek their death, I sympathize with the martyrs who do. I don't hate Jews, I just hate Zionists. That's why I spread lies about Jews, such as mistranslated and fabricated quotes from Jewish literature, in an attempt to demonize, well, Jews. And I then claim that most Jews believe these quotes. I don't hate Jews, I just hate Zionists, because they're all a bunch of godless atheists. I don't hate Jews, I just hate Zionists, because they're all a bunch of racist religious fanatics. Did I just say they're all a bunch of atheists? I don't hate Jews, but I spread lies about Jews, such as that Israeli Jews are all a bunch of European colonizers, even though most Jews in Israel are non-European, even though most Israeli Jews are refugees from Islamic countries and their descendants. Even though some of these Israeli Jews are refugees from West Bank towns such as Hebron, which UNESCO recently declared as a Palestinian heritage site while denying its 4,000-year-old Jewish history. Places such as Samaria, which is a region that actually constitutes a large portion of the West Bank, named after Samaritans, an ancient Israelite community which is mentioned in the Bible. I don't hate Jews, but I cheer on terrorists who target Jewish civilians just because they dare to set foot in Jerusalem, the holiest city in the Jewish faith. Could you imagine Jews hating Muslims because Muslims want to make pilgrimage to Mecca, the holiest place in the Islamic faith? Could you imagine Jews taking over Mecca and forbidding Muslims from praying there? Kind of how Jews are not allowed to pray on the Temple Mount, the holiest site in the Jewish faith. That's why I hate Jews, because they want to pray at least close to the holiest site in their faith. No, I don't hate Jews, I just hate Zionists. Evil. Evil Zionists. Evil apartheid. Make Palestine free. Free of Jews. And if they're not in Palestine, kill the Zionists wherever they are. Killed a Jew? It's okay. He's probably a Zionist. But I love Jews. Just because some fake Muslims kill in the name of Islam doesn't mean you should accuse me of supporting terrorism. But those Zionists, evil Israelis, they're all murderers. Some Zionist soldiers have even killed women and children in Gaza after terrorists set up rocket launch pads on their homes following Israeli advance warning that they should flee the area. But this is the only way they know how to fight. Those evil, inhumane Zionists, they should have allowed these terrorists to continue using civilian homes as launch pads so that they can indiscriminately kill Israeli civilians, tourists, Israeli Arabs, and the more than 100,000 non-Israeli Arabs who come from the West Bank to work in Israel. Yes, evil, inhumane Israeli army defending all these individuals who are targeted by terrorists in Gaza. Evil Zionists. Listen, if a terrorist kills an Israeli civilian, woman, child, infant, and blasts them to pieces without warning, that's justice, because they're Zionists. If a terrorist targets a Jew outside of Israel, it's justice. Because, you know, they're probably all Zionists. But how dare you generalize about Muslims? I don't hate Jews. I just hate Zionists. I don't hate Jews. I just hate Zionists. I just hate Zionists. I just hate Zionists. But I love Jews.
thanks to all my Patreon supporters. If you'd like to support this channel through Patreon, you can find me at patreon.com/MidEastAmerican. Let's make a difference.